Hi, it's your girl Lady Danger and you're listening to Just School Radio. Yo, them disturbing the silence. Yeah. Mad station, crazy settings, catching the eye of many. You don't know. Big up yourself, straight.
Just School Radio, disturbing the silence. Everybody turn it up loud, loud, loud. Just School Radio, mad they know.
Too bad. It's too bad, man.
Just School Radio, disturbing the silence and catching the eye of many. Stay tuned.
Yo, watching this is Skipper representing for Just School Radio. You know what I mean? Make sure you log on. You know what I mean? The baddest internet radio around town to the fullest. Global song. Just School Radio. Just School, man. That's the thing.
Yo, check us out, this is Wayne, wanna keep it loud to Just School Radio. This one is a bombshell. Wait, anyone that said that?
Yo, you're tuned in to Just School Radio.
All heap of cars there, but two buses get to use this lane by themselves when it wasn't like that before, and there was less traffic. Now there's more traffic because of a scheme like this. What's antiviral disinfectant? You either clean it with bleach or disinfectant, or you don't clean it. Don't count with your made up bullshit. You should have been cleaning the buses from before. Now dirty the bus used to be, or still is. I don't even take the bus, so I can't really give you a full valid opinion on it. But for those of you that take the bus, you must know say that the bus used to be bare dirty. Like certain seats, you slap the seat, like Jesus might pop out of the dust, bro. That's how bad the dust was on the bus was. But yeah, they just have a little halfway, so a little move that they can't being tired. But yeah, it says no right turn into Baytree Road from Brixton Hill. Now, why would that be? Because Baytree Road leads onto Acre Lane. Now you can't turn left there, you can't turn right. You go onto Baytree Road and it makes no sense. Why does it make no sense? Because it makes no sense. Because you're restricting people's movements and you're talking about there's congestion. Now, look at all of this congestion. And this will be much worse if it was 5 o'clock in the evening, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, those critical times, the morning time, traffic is horrendous. This is at all times. This is meant to be a bus lane, but the contradiction of this is you can park in the bus lane but this sign says red route, no stopping, 7 a.m. 7 p.m. except 10 a.m. 4 p.m. loading max 20 minutes or disabled users. So I'd be okay to park here, but you wouldn't if you're the normal car driver or person. And it's ridiculous. There's not a whole heap of buses coming into this bus lane all the time. There is not. So why should only the bus be able to use the lane? Why not just make it that you can't stop in the particular area unless you're loading or disabled user, yeah? And make everybody use the lanes, and then the traffic will be reduced. To me, that's rather simple, because it just is. It just makes so much sense, and you know it does. You know it does. Because what this is just bullshit, bro. It's a contradiction upon contradiction. At all times, the bus, the taxi, the motorcycle, the cycle can use this lane and saying, but it's okay between 10 o'clock and 4 p.m. to park here on a different sign. With a sign saying no stopping, Monday to Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So when you're parking, aren't you stopping? I don't understand. More contradictions upon contradictions. These people are wicked. Because you've got a nice car here, like modelled nice, yeah? But nah, he's probably gonna get a ticket. I hope he don't get a ticket, or she don't get a ticket. Whoever it is don't get a ticket, yeah? But they're stopped in that bay, you know, for the time that it allows them to. But you've got the sign saying that they can't use the bus lane, and it's all the time you can't use the bus lane. It's stupid. But yeah, look. And look what do we have here, a legally parked CCTV enforcement camera vehicle blocking the road. Yeah, the bus is trying to move and this vehicle is in the way. Lambo, blocking the 355. He's doing CCTV enforcement. Yeah, to stop vehicles from parking in the wrong place, but he's parking in the wrong place in his damn self. Or her damn self, and you see the person driving the vehicle. Yeah, look. They inform a friend or inform a... They inform a friend. So they move, Anton's coming with the camera. Alright, so if you don't have a phone, you can't access the customer services. You don't have access to anybody that does have a phone, you don't have access to the services. You don't have access to the internet, you don't have access to no services from the customer centre or the town in London. But we're out of lockdown and people are wearing masks and people have exemptions, but it's okay. It's just okay for them to do what they want.
A pleasure now to introduce Abby to the stage. Abby's a local resident of Brixton and is here to talk to us about how the LTNs have impacted her as well. So welcome, Abby.
Welcome, Abby.
Hello. Hello, family.
Hello, Abby.
It's a great day, isn't it?
Fantastic.
Okay, this is my daughter Ella.
Hi, Ella.
Right, I'm going to put this down. Okay. So, who among us is tired of being ignored? Are you tired? No. I want to hear it. Way! Right, so who among us is tired of all the pollution and all the traffic on our main roads and on some of our roads that are not LTN?
Me.
Who here believes in one community?
Me.
One community.
One community.
Labour have run Lambeth for so many years and they're relying on you to forget. They're relying on you to let this bed in, and after when it's time for the elections, you're going to forget, and you're going to forget and continue voting for Lambeth. Yeah, they're relying on you to do what you've always done, vote for Labour, and that's not going to happen this time. They have taken the absolute mick with us, with our vote, and they're not standing for us. They're not here for us. We can see it with the LTN, and this needs to stop. Yeah. We don't want them to continue to ignore us. We need to do something about it. These LTNs are an absolute travesty on the community as a whole. They have destroyed our community. They have destroyed community cohesion, and it's enough is enough. I've just totally gone off script. We've had enough. We don't need a script. We've had enough. Right, I'm a mum. I've got 3 children. Yeah. Little Ella's here, and I've got 2 other children, one of them is somewhere around. And I also care for 2 elderly people, one in Brixton and one in Merton. My weekly shop includes shopping for those 2 elderly people. And I'm expected to take £200 worth of food shopping on a bike. Yeah? Or if I don't use a bike, I need to carry on my back. I don't understand. They don't care about me. They don't care about the people I care for. Come on! Where's those claps? Yes! I don't matter. Yeah? So enough is enough. My name is Abby, and I believe in one neighbourhood and no LTN. Who's here with me that believes in one neighbourhood?
One neighbourhood.
Right, so my daughter heard I was giving a speech and she thought, Mummy, I want to talk too. So here we go. This is Ella and she's 8 years old.
Every time I go to my grandma's house, it does always traffic and I don't like it. No LTN!
No LTN! No LTN! No LTN! No LTN!
No LTNs. No LTNs. Abby, thank you so much.
Well done, brother. How do you feel about the road closures?
The road closures are absolutely annoying me. Absolutely annoying me. Literally, I don't know why they're here. I don't know why there's so much. I don't know why they're trying to make it look nice by putting plants in there. And why is there CCTV? Why is there CCTV there? Like, it's annoying. It's annoying.
Okay, so you're a charity owner, right? So have they consulted you about that?
No, so basically I run a homeless charity called Bricks and Soup Kitchen, and our job primarily is to give out food packs, and one of the main reasons is because of coronavirus, we've not had any services in our buildings. We've had to go to them. Now us going to them, what we usually do before the lockdown is usually just going straight down the road. Now, the road we have to go right round. It is so much pressure.
Yeah, I know myself because I was delivering blood, trying to help the community as well. And it's a shame they don't reach out to people that's doing stuff in the community. So, what do you think should be done?
The main thing what should be done is for it to be moved. It's just for all of it just to be eradicated. Yeah. Literally, because I don't know why it's there, I don't understand why it's there, and I don't have a clue why it's there, and they should not be there.
Word. Thank you for your time.
You're more than welcome, brother, man. More than welcome. Guys, make sure you hit us up, Bricks and Soup Kitchen, and follow our journey, man. Yeah, love. Yeah, love for that, my brother, man. Yeah, love my brother, yeah, appreciate it.
I am now going to introduce to you Richard. Richard, come along. Give Richard a round of applause, people.
I've been told I'm on a fairly precarious construction, which is a little bit like democracy in Lambeth. Democracy is only as strong as we make it. It's as strong as the people who participate in it. It's as strong as the people who vote. So I really hope we're all going to go out and vote on May the 6th. You know the mayoral elections are important, and a lot of us might be conflicted. We might have a political party we'd normally vote for. We might find they don't support our views and they are not on the same page as us with LTNs. I understand that. There have been candidates here today speaking that I would never vote for. But you know what? It's amazing. I've shared a platform today with people on totally different sides of the political divide. I look out here. I see young and old. I see black, white, Asian. I see male, female, gay, straight. I don't know. I don't care. I see people who vote for the right, vote for the left, vote for the middle. The fact is, one thing unites us. And that one thing is the way Lambeth Council has trodden on the very democracy that we hold precious. They told us they were introducing LTNs as an emergency measure because of COVID-19. Do you believe that? No! If you knew that there was a pandemic coming, don't forget this was already when we knew it was serious, would you, if you, I don't know, let's say you didn't want your kids to go and play with their mate online, would you say, oh no, you can't do that because of the pandemic? No. Would you use a deadly pandemic as an excuse to introduce a policy that you had been planning for years? No. What cynical, disrespectful behaviour from Lambeth to do this to us under the false pretences of the deadliest pandemic in 100 years. So I challenged Claire Holland in a council meeting. I challenged her and I said, I think your real emergency was not the pandemic, it was spending the money that you had in a budget. And do you know what she said? She said yes. She said yes. We needed to use. Now, to be fair, I mean, you know, I'm not going to pretend that Claire Holland said, you know what, Richard, you're absolutely right, we lied to you. No, she didn't, of course not, right? But what she did say is they had a certain tranche of money that needed to be spent by a certain date, and we know where it came from. We know it's to do with Cleaner London campaign, we know it's to do with the pandemic money, but they were allowed to use pandemic funding to introduce these things that they had been planning for years, okay? So, I don't know about you, that makes me feel very uncomfortable about the way our democracy is being treated in Lambeth, about the way that they respect us as residents. Now, if you talk to friends, quite often they might say to you, don't you want cleaner air? Don't you want, you know, quieter streets? Don't you want a better life? Don't you think there are already too many cars? Have you ever had a conversation where somebody says to you, well, we've got to do something about pollution, right? Well, do you know what? The wrong solution is not the right solution. And LTNs are the wrong solution. It's the wrong solution to pollution. If you think about all the quiet residential roads, I lived on one of those roads for 24 years before I, with rather bad timing, moved to Cold Harbour Lane. It was quiet during the day. Some are busier, some are not. Maybe at rush hour it's pretty busy. Most of the day it's fine. Now what you do is you take that small amount of pollution from these nice quiet roads and you make the cars go 3 times as long just for local traffic, right? So you're taking this small amount of pollution and you're now turning it into 3 times as much pollution. But you're not only multiplying it because of the distance, you're also creating congestion. Vehicles in congested traffic emit between 30 and 80% more pollution for the same distance covered. So now we've got longer distances and more polluting journeys. Then, what are Lambeth doing with it? They are sending those journeys onto the busiest roads where the most polluted air is. And we've already heard from Little Ninja, there is a genuine political racist issue with this. Now I'm not accusing Lambeth of deliberate racism. I'm saying that they have disregarded the social and racial impact of their plans, okay? You know, there are 10,000 school children on just 4 main roads in Lambeth that Lambeth have seen fit to divert daytime traffic onto. Where do kids spend most of their time? At school. Where do Lambeth send the traffic that used to just puddle up and down, you know, doing a delivery van or something like that through their little residential streets? To the streets where the children live. Sorry, to the streets where they are at school. So, if somebody says to you, we've got to do something about pollution, yes, we have. LTNs are not the solution. They make it worse, they compound it, and they focus it on the people who already live in the most polluted air. If you are exposed to greater pollution, it increases your risk of heart attack, of stroke, of COPD, and of asthma. So, Lambeth is kind of introducing, what, should I call it a health apartheid? Is that too strong an expression? Or is that what it feels like? Yes. If you live in an LTN, that little bit of pollution has now been dumped on all the people who had the most pollution to begin with. And what's the result? Well, I don't know. Is it because they want the middle class votes from the middle class houses in the middle class LTNs? Maybe, maybe not. I'm middle class, you can hear my accent. It's not about class. It's about justice. It's about democracy. And if you believe in democracy, not demagoguery, if you believe in clean air, not clever tricks, if you believe that we should be treated with respect and that Lambeth should not be poisoning the few for the benefit of the few voters, then it is time to stand up. Remember, there is a legal challenge. Hopefully everybody knows this. Hopefully you've all donated. There's a QR code. Please go to that, show it to your friends, share it around, put it on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. We need to raise about £13,000 before the 9th of June because we need to take Lambeth to court. We need to hold them to account, or we need to stand up for clean air, for justice, and for democracy. Yes.
Thank you so much, Richard. I just want to find out if is Dwayne here from Atlantic Bakers? Is Dwayne here from Atlantic Bakers? Okay. So I'm going to introduce to you Solomon from Brixton Soup Kitchen. So Solomon, can you give him a round of applause? Solomon is a charity worker. He's done so much for Brixton and for the homeless, and what he delivers food. You know, he just does so much. So he's come to let you guys know how the LTNs are affecting him. Thank you, Solomon.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Guys, should I stop in the middle? Yes. So guys, firstly I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone coming out today, because it's affected all of us. It's affected us there. I don't know how this is going to be safer, because as you guys can see, it's blocked up the roads even more. And guys, we need to all stand together. We all need to stand together through these hard times, protecting each other, protecting ourselves, but also making our streets more safer, because this is not safe. This is in people to start doing things in their own hands by pushing stuff, by moving CCTV. And guys, I'm a guy in the community, and guys, that what I see, I like that, but I think we need to do more. We definitely need to do more by getting the community pushed together to say we don't want this. We need the community put together saying we don't understand this, because guys, I do not understand. I do not understand, and the work that I do, it becomes harder for me to provide meals to people, because we need to go round. So instead of us going straight forward, we now have to go round. So now all of the volunteers, we've lost a lot of volunteers because they just say that they can't get to us. There's a lot of families who we're trying to support, and it takes 10 times harder to get to them. So again, guys, we do all need to stick together. We can all get these things changed, because in other boroughs it's changed. For some reason, I don't know why it's not changing in Lambeth. So we need to stick together, show them that we don't want this, show them that we don't understand this, and if we all stick together, we can make it a safer and faster Lambeth. So guys, let's say, guys, one Lambeth. One Lambeth. Guys, thank you so much, guys. I'm Solomon from the Brixton Soup Kitchen, and please follow us on social media if you guys want to support and volunteer. And guys, we need more groups like this so we can start making change. Guys, things are starting to open up, and we don't want things to open up and it's going to be harder for us. We've been locked in our house for such a long time. Outside is getting nice, and guys, we need to all make sure we can make a change. So guys, one Lambeth. Thank you guys so much.
Just thanks, Solomon. Do we have Niall here?
Thank you.
Anyway. Well, it looks like, guys, we have come to the end of the road. Sorry for the fun. They're all after me. The one thing that really jumps out at me for today is that we've had a number of different speakers, and the one thing that seems to unite everyone is it doesn't really matter what background you're from, and it doesn't really matter sort of where you live within the borough, because these LTMs really are affecting everyone in the borough in very different ways. Some of us are less affected, but there are other people who are really affected. It is impacting their life to such an extent that they're living in misery. And the reason why we are not being listened to is because there are a couple of Westlands grade narcissists up in that town hall who refuse to listen. Good. Now, there are a few ways in which we can get them to listen. The first is please give to the legal aid fund, to our legal fund, so we can fight this in the courts. Because fundamentally, it is the courts that really have the power to be able to overturn the decision from the executive in that town hall. If the court side of us, that's it. These things will have to go, and they'll have to do what the court directs them. But there are another couple of ways to deal with this. We've had some wonderful mayoral candidates who have come down today who have spoken about the fact that they will want to get rid of the LTNs as well. So when it comes to the mayoral elections, make sure you put the ticks in the boxes for people who are anti-LTNs. And the one person you cannot vote for on that basis is Sadiq Khan. Because he's priorities. And that's the last thing we want. There is a Facebook page as well. If you can go to the Facebook page, you can find the GoFundMe link. And I'm one of the people who's running that, so I see the GoFundMe link, I see the money coming in every so often in jibs and jabs, but you know what, a little bit makes a difference. So even if it's just next week, you think, it's Monday morning, I'll give £5. Just chuck in £5 or £2 for anything. Just make sure you give some money, because you know what, if a lot of people give a small amount of money, it really starts to make a difference overall. And finally, I just want to say, again, a huge thank you to Sophia. It's why we're here. We're here to fight Sophia's battle, and Sophia represents so many people in Lambeth. Guys, Sophia is not a singular person. I mean, she is in a certain way, but there is a Sophia on every single road. There is someone that you probably don't know that well who is suffering in the same way. And this is why we're doing it. We're doing this to make sure those people in that building do their job. And the fundamental thing about their job is listening to the people that they're supposed to represent. And even more fundamental than that is obeying the law. That is not much to ask. So thank you so much everyone for coming along today. Thank you very much, Sophia. Thank you to all the speakers, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you, Charlie. Now, people, are you ready? All right. Now, we're going to settle ourselves, get ready to go. Right, we've got 10 minutes, so I'm going to play a little bit of Bob Marley, alright? I want to see you lot doing a little jog and be nice to each other, social distancing at the same time. Thank you all for coming out. We've got to stand together because unity is power. You've got to stand together, do not be broken. You've got to stand up and fight for your rights. We cannot let these people get away with nothing. Do you understand? Because we want our streets back. Where do we want? Where do we want them? Where is everybody? Big up. Thank you for coming.
In the meantime, you've got me here interviewing Anton Too Bad, because in my tool bad. I'm gonna get in the camera shot, cool. So, what makes you, can you hear me? Okay, what makes you wanna stand out here all day for apparently no reason? Some people say that you're out here for no reason, nothing's gonna happen. You're not gonna get any victory when it comes to these pagans in power. So what keeps you out here as a DJ / entertainer?
I'm just...
Sorry, I'm not used to holding mics like this. Boom.
Okay, cool. Well, can't really hear myself right now, so I'm hoping it's recording. Hope it is. But yeah, what keeps me going with this thing is that my whole life, yeah, I've seen them do bare different fuckery, yeah, to the roads, to bare different things, yeah. And I was doing blood delivery last year, and when I was going to the hospital to go do this blood delivery using my own petrol to do self-employed business, yeah, that I was met with loads of roadblocks, planters, all of that type of stuff, yeah, and it made me have to go around, you know, a whole long entrance, not a long entrance, sorry, a whole long way to get to the entrance of the hospital, yeah, and it will cost me money as well. And in the daytime, yeah, I could not really get nowhere. As you can see now in Brixton, a day like this on a Saturday, to work at a time like this, I could not do it. So I would have to work at night time, yeah, and there was a lot of different COVID-19 foolishness, I will call it. I'm just honestly, I don't know how to describe it other than that. It's just foolishness, because I'll be doing deliveries, you know, trying to get to these places, and they've blocked the roads and they've given no consultation. They've told nobody nothing, and then when you're telling them about it, they're telling you they're going to do more. So I met with a whole heap of different people on the road, random people I've never met in my life, and they gave me their honest opinion about what they think is going on. And that's why I decided to make a documentary, and I done season 1, and now this is season 2. So we're in 2021 of them fucking up the roads again. So that's why I'm continuing to do it, and I hope, yeah, that the legal way is the right way, and that it can be done without anybody causing any havoc. But really and truly, if they don't listen to us, why the hell should we listen to them anymore? That's how I feel about this thing.
I've noticed, I'm gonna cut this all up, don't watch that. I've noticed that you're in Brixton. So like, there's so many other boroughs in London, but you chose Brixton. Tell us why you chose Brixton.
I chose everywhere, to be honest. There's Catford, there's Lewisham.
No, what I'm saying is
No, I filmed everywhere, bro.
Yes, but what I'm saying is every time I see you, you're at a bigger event, and each time it gets bigger and bigger. What makes you keep coming back to Brixton?
Oh, well, I was, you know, kind of born in Brixton.
Because Peckham needs your help too, innit?
Well, you're the Peckham man. I keep telling you, send me the footage. I got some family up in Dulwich near Peckham and that, so they gave me some footage as well. And that's in one of the documentaries. I forgot which one it is. But yeah, like, there needs to be people from every community putting their foot out there, putting their mouths out there and saying, yo, I don't like this, blood. And they need to be telling people to stop it, and they need to come on film. They need to put out their voice, wherever it is, and tell people, tell the government, whoever's in charge, you don't want this shit, yeah? So it's not up to me, it's up to everybody. As you can see in the documentaries and whatnot, people have their own views, and if you express your views, then you're heard, innit? So that's what I can say, innit?
So like, if I was a Peckham boy and I was scared to come Brixton,
then we should have a march in Peckham as well, and I think you should be the leader, because, you know, you're very known in Peckham, people know you, you're the cameraman as well, so we need to link up all communities, yeah, and make sure that things are done, like protesting, you know, for, you know, black important stuff as well, like, because this is to do with gentrification as well. I used to work in Brixton Market at Black & Dread Music Store, and I saw the changes of the market. I know who it's owned by now. They want to make bare different changes around Brixton. That's why they want to lock these roads. They want to make hotels and all different type of things, and they want to turn this place into a walk-around square. They want to make it like Oxford Street. That's why they want to charge so much money for you to come around here. They want to do that, so they're trying to do it, and they try to use COVID-19 as an excuse to do it. And I've got video footage of different COVID-19 stupidness. That's what I'm calling it. It's nothing else other than that. COVID-19 stupidness. They're saying that they don't want people to be next to each other. You should respect social distancing and whatnot. So why have they got me putting blood samples inside of a box when I'm not supposed to be touching this box thing, and I'm meant to be receiving the box, yeah, without tampering with it? But they decided to tell me to go put somebody's blood sample in a box. Does that look like to you? Does that look like to you that COVID-19 is real? To me, it doesn't, because I went to numerous hospitals, yeah, when it first happened, yeah, and when I went there, they weren't wearing their PPE, and you're telling me that 1,000 and odd people were dying per day, and when I'm going to the hospital, nobody's wearing PPE, so what, I'm meant to go and die? No, so I had to quit my job, and then they blocked the roads. So what this government is doing is fuckery. Yeah, that's all it is straight fuckery. If no one don't agree with the swear words, I don't give a fuck. What the government is doing is fuckery.
I'll X out the swear words. Don't watch that, man. I'm professional.
Keep them in, man. That's my opinion.
It's the passion. It's the passion.
Yeah, like, we need to disturb the silence, and we need to catch the eyes of many. So people, when you're seeing these fuckeries, yeah, film it, and record it with the audio. Boom.
And send it to
Anton Too Bad DJ, and of course Just Cool Radio. Yeah, JUSCOOLRadio.com, disturbing the silence, catching the eye of many, spreading unity in the community. So that's what we're about, and that's what we're doing. We're trying to help all. We're not trying to look at people in a certain way and look down on people. We work with all different types of people in it. So that's hence why I'm swearing, because there's people out there that might want to listen to things with swearing because they like that passion. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing, people, and respect our manners. Bless.
Well, there you heard it from Anton Too Bad from Just Cool Radio. You're tuned into yours truly. I can't say my name because I'm on the stealth mode right now.
Been here for 10 minutes and been asked to add this sample after I already accepted the box. And I have to open out myself and add the sample, which I don't usually do, and that's not my role.
You're opening a gate, yeah? It's not a gate. It's an ambulance. When it goes down there, you see ambulance. Then the door, yeah? Yes, the door, then I will let you come. Okay. So, that way, if after you see the power, yeah.
But yeah, man, it's been a good day out in Brixton. We're out here, we caught all the traffic. We got footage of a fire brigade having to do a maneuver that was illegal to get through all the traffic in Brixton. As you can see, if you look down the road there going towards Tulse Hill, it's just chock-a-block. Coming from Brixton Hill, it's just chock-a-block. Coming from Clapham, it's just chock-a-block. This is what the government have done and the councils have done to London. And for me, I drive an electric car. I'm so upset. Like there's so much that's gone wrong in London that I can't really focus on that everyday life, like getting from A to B. I got to figure out 10 puzzles just to get from A to B. I got to use 2 different sat-navs, Waze, or maybe another the one in the car that I got just to figure shit out. You understand? Because sometimes when Waze don't want to update a new closed road, I buck that road and it's closed and I can't function. I can't focus. I can't, I've lost, I can't say what job I do because I'm remaining anonymous, but I've probably lost about £1,000 in lost revenue. I'd say that I've lost £1,000 in lost revenue because I've actually seen it. I've had a certain price show up. I've gone to get that certain price. I'm not saying what I do, and it gets cancelled because of the time took too long. And that's because of these road closures. They're not just happening in Brixton, they're happening in Peckham, East London. I've had about probably 6 tickets in total from just those closed roads, and I've paid all of the tickets. It's not a big deal. But but when I really find out they've closed it for some nonsense, it's got closing roads ain't got nothing to do with we're gonna walk now. But closed roads have nothing to do with COVID. It's got zero to do with it, because if the roads are open, it's not going to stop the spread of COVID, because look how many lockdowns we've had. So clearly it's not an emergency to close roads when people need to moving around freely and not spread. Let's just say this: if the bus takes longer to get to a location, that means all those people on the bus are sitting around each other for extended periods of time, which is very unsafe. You could probably dodge particles for an hour on the bus. But maybe that 1 extra minute on the bus will give you that COVID shit. And that's just me being extreme at the moment. But it's just sometimes it could be just as simple as being extreme when you're thinking about such a deadly virus. And for me, I don't really look too much into the virus. I'm looking more into the actions of the people that are supposed to be leading, the people that we vote for to make our lives more difficult. Do you understand? How the hell does that make sense? How do we vote for people that make our lives more difficult? It don't make sense. But we're still living that. We're still voting for people that make our lives difficult. And next time I vote for a candidate, that person has to say, I'm here to make your life simple. I'm here to simplify your life. I'm not here to make your life more toxic or drastic or have so much things going on you can't even remember your family members' birthdays and things like that because you're so tied up in this construction site called London. Do you understand? Forever. They don't like have a day off or nothing. They just continue. Block, 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 block. I'm just walking around and all I'm seeing is cones and broken pavements and blocked roads, and it's just non-stop. You can't park here. You can't. I don't even know what they're doing there. They're putting a bollard so you can't even crash into it or whatever. But anyway, who cares? All this walking space around here is just useless space, man. You know, it's just bare people just hanging around drinking and shit. But they're not focused on that. They're focused more on how many people want to drive from A to B swiftly, without complications, without any sort of delays. And when I talk about things like this, I believe, I don't know if that wind's coming in a microphone, but I truly believe that they're only doing this so they can extend certain things through the areas that are congested, because they would then tell you, oh, well, it's too congested in Brixton, we need to bring congestion charge there. So for me, that's what I think the plan is. They're trying to bring the congestion charge up to North-South Circular. They would do it within a couple of years, and there will be nothing you can say or do about it. And that's not a democracy, that's a dictatorship. And I don't want to be a part of a dictatorship. And so, you know, that's just what it is. It is what it is. I'm not here to tell people to do anything. I'm just trying to enlighten people about what's just simple. You know, what's not complicated, what's just actually simple. But yeah, man, I'm just at the car now. I'm going to shut off. I'm going to sign out. Capociano, the Blood Cloth Show. Don't fuck with us.
It's not pavement, bro. For your bicycle, off the pavement. I can't put my car on the pavement. I want to make this road no accesses and buses only. Now, this road called Arbor Lane is a long road, and it leads to King's College Hospital, which is a hospital. So if people had an emergency or something, they would ideally need to use this road if they was in this area, because it leads you straight towards the hospital. Now you have to do where's Waldo like type of thing, like to get there, like you have to go around up so and go down so and go left so and then go all different type of places, bro, because they want to fuck up the roads. Okay, so look, it looks like we have another planter ready to go disrupt the ends. Area, Porous Road. So from the 14th to the 16th, they're taking away a car space for this rubbish to block the road. Block the road next to a park. What do these people think they're doing, man? Can't let them get away with it. So this is the crappy work here that they did after they took out them poles in the road. They just left it like that. It's not even. They're putting this plant boxes, and they've gone and got more plant boxes as I've shown before. So what are they going to do with these ones? What I want to know is, has this area turned into a public car park for bicycles? This is a pavement, you know, and they want to make restrictions for cars, but they want to just let people leave their buggy bicycle here. That, what's this about, man? They've even decided to paint new lines rather than spend the money on fixing the road in other areas that need fixing. Ridiculous. Just let the people drive their cars, man. Spent a whole heap of money on this. No entry sign. It's ridiculous, man. Right next to a tyre shop. Mechanics in the area, like, it's not good, man.
Disturbed our rights. and these operatives are out putting up the next post to put in the signage, which will mean that you can no longer drive down Ferndale Road at the point of where the MOT test centre is. And if you come up from Brixton Main Road end, you will not be able to go beyond the point of the MOT test centre. You can even see cars driving and hesitating presently.
This is more on the bicycle people side, I think. Yeah. A bit of Peckham that they now acknowledge. Oh, this is still Peckham?
Yeah, C15. One-way road.
See how free they feel they ride with their kids.
So, as you can see, you know, they said they wasn't blocking the roads, the contractors, when I spoke to them, but they are blocking the roads. So electric scooters, illegal electric scooters can go around, but cars, you know, you pay their taxes and everything. They can't go through this without getting a ticket allegedly. So people just go through it, bun these people, bro. It says road ahead is closed to vehicles except cyclists. Why? There's no valid reason. Somebody's just put a sign there. Are they doing this to people? There's a red route sign for people to park their car. There's a one-way road over there. This is ridiculous. Since when is Cold Harbour Lane not designed for vehicles? Cold Harbour Lane is a direct route to the hospital. Look, this is a red route, no stopping Monday to Saturday, except for disabled people. Alright, cool. I'm in the NHS blood and delivery place. I know me, I'm delivering blood, and of course in London it's very hard to deliver now because of all the road restrictions and stuff, and all the COVID restrictions and that type of stuff. But you know, I'm in here without my mask on because it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, if you want me to be very clear, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, because it don't. I've been to numerous hospitals and all these different places. And people walk around with no mask, bro. Look at that now. No mask. Yeah. You see that? Laboratory man with no mask. All those people in that room that I'm going to see, they don't have a mask on. But at the start of the journey, they were so adamant that I needed a mask.
You have to take out the bag.
Yeah.
Ready? I'm Sophia Sheikh. I'm the client taking Lambeth to court over the LTNs.
Okay, how do you feel about
How do you feel about the road closures?
I mean, it's had a devastating and really negative effect on my life and all my neighbours' life. So I'm not very happy about it. I'm not happy about how they brought these changes and these road closures about. They've done it in a very backhanded, sneaky way and used COVID as an excuse to bring it about.
Okay, and did they consult you about this?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so there was no consultation, and how do you feel like things have been dealt with since then? Because it started in the summer of 2020 and now we're nearly approaching 2021 and nothing's really changed around here. So what do you think they're going to do?
Well, we try to engage with our local councillors thinking, they're representing us. But they just failed to listen. We had meetings with them via Zoom. I was actually still in the hospital when I attended the first meeting. I was recovering from a coma. I suffered from COVID-19. I was still in a coma from March right through till May, and I was recovering when I found out about them closing my road. So the first meeting that I took part in with the local councillors, I took part in from the hospital bed. And so we took part in with a lot of my local neighbours, about 45 of us with the councillors from my hospital bed. They said that they would listen, and they didn't. We then tried to engage several times via letters and emails and petitions, and unfortunately they just didn't want to listen to anything we had to say. So, the only option we had then was to protest, and they didn't listen again, and it's led to us having to come together and fundraise and me take legal action, which is a last resort really, because it's really expensive.
Okay, so can you give us some details about the legal action? What's going on?
Okay, it's based on the fact that I'm a disabled resident and I have protected characteristics which have been completely ignored and they haven't followed. Well, they followed a very limited consultation to do with disabled residents. They've only consulted with RNIB, which deals with people with visual impairments, and that's all they did. They didn't consult with any organisations to do with mobility restrictions or anybody with any other kind of disability. So, being that I live within an LTN and it's now caused me a lot of difficulties moving around, this is the kind of things that they didn't consider when closing roads. Normally you have to take into account all of the ramifications it's going to have to your local area and your community when you're going to change a road layout. They didn't do that, and that's what the basis of my legal argument is.
Okay, clearly not. As we can see, if you get a shot of what's going on right now, there's a whole heap of traffic. For example, if you was to go shopping and you was in this traffic, how would that make you feel? How would that affect your daily living?
Well, it's turned a journey that used to take me about 6 or 7 minutes to usually about 30 minutes, because I can't drive straight down my road now. I have to go around a long convoluted route, which leads me to sit in traffic. Now the thing is, this is about a clean air policy. If you're sitting in traffic that is standstill traffic, it's not clean air. You're sitting in traffic and you're causing more pollution. I already have a lung disease. I have a non-curable lung disease called sarcoidosis, and I have it in my lungs. It's tiny little non-cancerous tumours. Now, things like air pollution and air quality directly affect my lungs. It causes scarring on my lungs, non-curable scarring on my lungs. Air pollution and sitting in traffic is going to directly impact my health. So when I'm sitting in that traffic, I'm breathing in that pollution. if I'm sitting in that traffic for 25 minutes longer than I should do just to go to my local area, this is causing me ill health. It's a non-curable disease. It's a life-limiting disease. They're limiting my life. Why? For what purpose? To cause less traffic for a more affluent end of the street and push traffic onto the less affluent, more ethnic end of the street. I call that discrimination.
Yeah, so do I. Thanks for your time. Is there anything else you want to add?
I want to add that I don't discriminate. I want clean air. I just happen to want it for all. My policy would be roads for all. I'm not anti-cyclist. I want them to have safe, clean air, but not at the cost of others. I want it for everybody. Their policy is clean air for some and pollution for others. That's not fair. That's unjust. I'm about justice, not injustice.
Okay, cool. So I hope your court case goes well and you win. And we want us to have no LTNs around here because it's disgusting. Yeah.
I need people to donate to the GoFundMe page because I don't have £30,000. I need people to donate because I'm doing it for everybody in Lambeth, because this is not just about me. It's about everybody who do not want to drive and sit in traffic. There's nothing wrong with driving. I have a hybrid car. I have a non-polluting vehicle, and I specifically chose it because I am very careful and mindful about the environment. So we're not all devils, the people that drive the cars. The people that cause pollution and make decisions against half of the population are the devils, not the people that are trying to solve the problem. That's it.
All right, thank you, Sophia. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you, Anton. Thank you. Lion.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Are you taking me a picture too?
Nice videoing, film.
No, I'm not having a picture there.
Don't worry, I can blank you out if you want me to blank you out.
Yeah, one more says, there's 2 care homes where my mother lives, yeah?
Yeah.
And a 2-minute drive to my mother's now take me 15 minutes because I got to come all the way down Ratchford Road, go back onto Effra Road, come back round on the one-way system to Dulwich Road to get back to a care home, which is ridiculous. The roads round there is not troubling anybody. Plus, they're locking down the roads for bicycles. You can't take your children to hospital or your parents to hospital on a bicycle. And when you're stuck in traffic, it's ridiculous to come onto the main road and stuck in the traffic for half an hour. You can't stop because of bicycle lanes and bus lanes. If your child is sick, there's no road to stop on to say, attend to your pitney. It's ridiculous. They need to do better than what they might do now and stop trying to dig up money out of poor people. Yeah? Done. All right.
So, they really don't want people to go to the hospital via the car. One of the safest ways to get to the hospital. It's disgusting. Road ahead closed except cycles. So why is the P5 bus getting through then if the road is closed? Who decided to put this stupid signs here? And they should be removed.
It would be murder if I jump and step across the border. Them would a bright face the outer order. Just cool addy than dada. We bury any jump and frown here.
Yeah, you know it's just cool. Yeah, you know it's just cool radio.
Hey, you are listening to Just Cool. You better be listening to it right now. Just Cool Radio.
Just Cool Radio. When they go let me the song of them can't cool, them can't tame, them get wild.
Tune in to Just Cool Radio.
Do you know Just Cool Radio? Yeah. Tune in.
We them take we for them things them man a walk over. This a thing can't talk over. From Just Cool Radio band them a real soldier. See the line there, don't try cross over.
Hey, Just Cool. Jaja guide us from the storm in your arms. Keep us safe and warm. from all arms.
Hear me and say no man, you don't know say a girl Kim right about now. Me a big up Just School Radio.
Just School Radio say make them talk, keep them talking, yeah. We've got a lot more coming. Spring Water represent for Just School Radio. Basic fire.
I've been told this vital information, and I've been told to tell you, yeah, that you don't move your dial and you keep that on Just School Radio. You get me, fam?